Should I continue to date a woman who updated her profile picture online after 4 to 5 dates? Things have been going well with no red flags, but it's just her updated profile pic. I'm a little concerned, but she continues to accept my date offers. So in the world of online dating, this is actually pretty commonplace. And it's also commonplace for men to get frustrated when they see a woman does this, because let's be real. If we're putting our money, energy, effort, and resources into a particular chick and we think it's going the distance, it's very disheartening and annoying if we go back on the dating app and we see that she's changed anything, her picture, parts about her bio, the order of her pictures, all that stuff, right? And it speaks to this idea of we as men, we typically, even though we're the ones that aren't emotional and don't have feelings, we typically actually feel an intensity of romantic desire for women much faster than they feel it for us. So after 2 dates, you're already kind of like, this is already consistent enough for me to see that this could be a thing. So 4 to 5 dates, we're already thinking about what our couple name is going to be, you know? And so when you see something like this, you might think, oh my God, this is like a bad sign. Now, here's the thing, is that during the 2 to 3 months that you're dating a new person, you have to have it in your head that as much as you would like to think they're only dating you, the reality is they're probably not. They're probably still taking up other offers. They're probably still on the dating apps having conversations, because while for you, you don't have a lot of options. And so this one came along and you already get along well with it enough to know you want to do something. You are just in the first 3 months an option to a woman. Like, that's it. Like, you are one of probably several options and offers that she's gotten that she's willing to explore. So let's say this guy goes out with this woman 4, 5 dates. He seems to be having a good time. He's feeling a connection or rapport, right? 4 to 5 dates is still not enough time for her to have fully built in or solidified her romantic feelings for you. And so around the 4 or 5 date mark, what she's thinking and feeling is this: okay, things are going pretty good. I could see him potentially making it to the finish line, but I'm still trying to figure out things about him. In the meantime, there could be other prospects out there that I would also gel with as good, and maybe other prospects, maybe they would potentially have other things that I'm looking for that this guy maybe is lacking in some areas. And that's par for the course. That typically tends to happen, right? Now, am I a fan of a woman going on a dating app to change pictures and stuff? I definitely am not. But here's the thing. One, the fact that this guy knew that happened meant that he also went back on the dating app. He does not say why he went back on the dating app. Now, I know as a guy that did online dating that sometimes you go on there because you want to reread a conversation you had, or maybe you forgot part of her bio and you want to go on there to see, okay, so what other things is she into, or other things that I can bring up that she likes or that I can do for a date, right? But also, let's be real, right? You also go in there because maybe you missed a connection because you were dating this girl, went on 4 or 5 dates, and you were like, oh, crap, I need to see if there's other girls on there, you know? So I find it a little hypocritical to be mad at women for going on an app and changing pictures up, because just because we as guys are smart enough to not go in there and give any kind of sign that we're potentially seeing other people, it doesn't mean we're not doing it. It just means that they're doing it because they are still looking at their other options. And 4 or 5 dates in, she's in her right to do that. So in terms of what this guy's asking, in terms of should he continue to date the woman, here's my thing. I don't think she should have gone on there and changed her picture. I think it's not the best sign that women go back on a dating app and change things up, because it does mean on some level that there may be things you're doing too much of or not doing enough of. A lot of guys, for example, around date 4 or 5, by that point, they're thinking, well, we're already comfortable with each other. So of course I can text her whenever I want to. Of course I should ask her out a whole bunch of times. Of course I can start talking about future plans and feelings, and guys are unaware. Those things tend to start to have women like lower their interest a bit and then start seeking elsewhere. So you got to look at what things have you been doing on these dates that would cause her to be like, I'm not completely sure yet about this guy. Now, 4 to 5 dates in, she's not going to be completely sure, but she should start getting an idea that like, okay, this guy's the real deal. I'm feeling things a bit more. Maybe she'd be either apprehensive of going back on the dating app or at the very least wouldn't change her pictures. Like when I was doing online dating, I had women that like, after a couple of dates, they would just completely like close out the app. Like at first I thought they were blocking me and then kind of find out, no, just our dates were so good. They didn't want to look any further, even though they hadn't decided on me as the boyfriend yet, but they were still like, but I'm already pretty sure I know where this is going. Right. So if she's not doing that, that's not a great sign, but you freaking out about that will also not be a great thing because she doesn't know, for example, that you went on the dating app and saw she changed her picture, right? So if you bring that to her attention, now you look like a guy that's stalking her. You look like a guy that isn't willing to wait it out while she figures out what her feelings are for you or some other guy she could potentially date. And then you could lose out on a woman that maybe in this moment she was kind of doubtful about your connection, but in the long run would have been like, oh no, he's definitely the real deal. So I would say this, one, I don't believe in having to bring it up because you guys are still in the dating phase. And so she can do whatever she wants to do. Just because she did it public facing, it's not the best, but even if, let's say you didn't know she changed pictures, would you still be cool thinking of the idea that she's still taking up other offers? You probably would not. So just because now by way of her changing her picture, you know, she's taking up other offers doesn't mean that she wouldn't be doing that if she hadn't changed her picture, right? Ultimately though, if she's still accepting dates from you, that's still a net positive in terms of her building up attraction to you. And so you're in your right to do whatever you want. If you feel as though her changing pictures is disrespectful and how dare she and she shouldn't and blah, 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 you can completely cut this chick off. I wouldn't even fault you for it. But I just learned that women oftentimes move a bit differently than men do in the dating phase of things. And that at the end of the day, if she's still showing majority positive signs, i.e. she's saying yes to dates, she's agreeing to make out sessions, hookups, whatever, then I would say it could just mean you got to slow your pace down. Like we never want to move so fast that women are like feeling pressured to have to choose us. So this could be a great sign for you that maybe just means that you're not as, she's not as fully, I'm going to say, her interest level is not at the level yet where she's ready to completely get rid of other guys. And so that's fine. I have found slowing down your dating pace typically tends to make women move faster. Men think if we move fast, she'll move fast with us. And that is the fastest way to chase most women away. Whereas if you're more patient, if you're leaning back, if you're not texting as much, if you're only asking her out once a week, then you will find going at that slower pace, because it's slow for you, going at that slower pace, if she wants things to ramp up, she'll come to you. Hey, let's go on a second or third date this week. Hey, I'm texting you nonstop, et cetera, right? And then at some point, she'll want to bring up that she wants to be in a relationship. And that's really the point where you can bring up, okay, well, if you want to be exclusive or be in a relationship, what does that mean? For example, are we going to both be off the dating apps? Are we going to stop updating our pictures? Like, what does that look like to you? And that's when you can bring that kind of stuff up and it not look like you're desperate or needy for her attention and stuff like that. So I say for right now, her continuing to date other people, perfectly normal. Her changing her picture up and you seeing it, not the best thing in the world, but look at her other actions and recognize at 4 or 5 dates, you're only a month in. It takes women 2 to 3 months to solidify their feelings. So you got to ask yourself the question is, even though you know what's going on now, are you willing to wait it out and be patient for her to get to that 3 months? And that could mean that as part of her being able to fully invest in you, it means she has to continue to go out on dates with other people that she can then compare and be like, these other dudes ain't got nothing on this other dude over here that I'm dating that I'm having a really good time with. Now it's time for me to shut down my profile and stop updating pictures. You can't negotiate a woman into doing that. You can't force her to do that. She has to do that of her own accord. So you have to ask yourself, are you willing to wait for that? If you are, fantastic. And again, if not, you're in your right to decide that's not for you. You don't want a girl that's changing her pictures on dating apps, but until she's the girlfriend, it's typically fair game for anything. So hopefully this answers your question. Hey there, thanks for tuning in to Harry Dating Convos. Don't forget to visit harrywilmington.com to download my free ebook, Texting Women Like a Boss. And while you're there, if you're ready to take things to the next level with your dating life, check out the Get Girls Academy membership program for exclusive strategies and live coaching. Go to harrywilmington.com to learn more and join today. Lastly, if you've got a question you'd like answered on one of these shows, leave a comment below or write me at harrywilmington@gmail.com. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.